Hi, I am Miss Toy the Review. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad to have you. If you like the content, I ask that you subscribe and press like. I would love to have you be part of my internet family. Just to give a little background about myself, I have been on the GLP-1 for over 18 months. I've lost over 90-something pounds on the GLP-1, and I decided to get on the internet, on YouTube, and discuss my journey. And not only hoping that my journey will help others, but also give tips, things that I have learned along the way. So today I want to talk about 8 ways that I have changed being on a GLP-1. Now, these are ways you might find yourself changing, or you might not be able to relate at all, but I'm sure you're going to be able to relate to some of these things. So the first thing of how I changed is I was consistently losing. So that means I wasn't losing big numbers on the scale, but I was consistently losing weight every single week, or at least I'll say every month, okay? And for me, that was something different. I was not losing weight consistently before this medication every month. There would be months and months that I would lose absolutely nothing, no matter how hard I tried on my own. So being on the GLP-1, I can say I consistently lost something every single month. So that was the first thing. The second thing was food noise, okay? And I talked about this on another video. And I'm saying food noise is not obsessively thinking about food. I used to think about food all the time. Food was a big part of my life, okay? So for me, having a good time was going somewhere to eat. Everything about my life, it revolved around food in some type of way, you know? If I was sad, if I was happy, whatever it is I was going through emotionally, I kind of like solved that problem by eating some type of food. It made me happy. Food really did make me happy. And so now I don't look at food that way. You know, I'm not going to say I don't enjoy food. I do enjoy food, but it's not taking over my life. You know, I don't obsess about it at all. I only think about food when it is time for me to eat. When I'm not eating, food is not on my mind. So that feels great. So that's number 2. Number 3 is willpower. My willpower is amazing on a GLP-1. And I have the willpower to say no to certain foods that I could not say no to, or was very difficult for me to say no. So now I can say no to foods without it being a problem at all. Now, another thing that I realized is that I don't just have willpower for food, but I have willpower for other areas of my life. So I was in a relationship, and it was, I'm not going to call it a toxic relationship, but it wasn't a good relationship. It was more like a situationship, meaning it was nothing. It was nothing. And I wanted something more, and he did not. And I continued to be in that situation, even though I knew it wasn't good for me. And it was hard for me to walk away from before I got on the GLP-1. So even though I knew I wanted to walk away, it was very difficult for me to stick to what I had said. So I might say to him, I don't want to be with you no more. I'm looking for something. You're not looking for nothing. And then the next day he calls me and I'm like, okay, you know, and I just give in, okay? Well, when I got on the GLP-1, my no meant no. So when I told the person that I was with, okay, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to be with you in that way anymore. I really meant it. And even he was surprised because he knew, okay, I'll call her in a week and she'll cave in, and I didn't. And so it gave me the willpower in other areas of my life that I did not have the willpower to walk away. So I would say if you're on a GLP-1, you're going to have willpower not just with the food, but also with other areas of your life. You might have been a yes person that always said yes to everybody, even though deep down inside you wanted to say no. With this medication, you're going to get the willpower to say no, I don't want to do that, or no, you can't do this, or you can't do that. And so it's a really good feeling, because this is the way you always felt, but you just didn't have the willpower to follow through. But now with this medication, I have the willpower to follow through. So that was the third thing of how I changed on the GLP-1. Another thing, number 4, is liquor, alcohol, okay? And you hear people talk about it in studies and things like that. It's not that I can't drink alcohol anymore. I can drink alcohol. It's just the desire for alcohol is gone. I was a vodka drinker. I was a social drinker. That means I would drink on the weekends with my friends or whatever. But if I would buy some vodka, which was my favorite drink, some I don't care what kind of vodka with some lemonade, okay? You mix that together, that's my drink, okay? Now, if I bought some vodka and I brought it home, I would have me a drink every day because sometimes I have a stressful job. And so I wouldn't drink heavy. I would just take one shot, put it in some lemonade, and that's it. And I would feel good. And so that's why I never bought alcohol, because I knew I would drink it every day. So I wouldn't buy it so that I could just drink with my friends on the weekend. Well, I had bought some vodka right before I started a GLP-1. And after I got on the GLP-1, I would walk right past my little bar, and I wouldn't even think about the drink. Even if I had a stressful day at work, I could still walk past that vodka and not drink it. And I noticed, and it wasn't until weeks after that I realized, oh my gosh, I haven't drank anything on my bar. And I had no desire to drink it. It wasn't tempting at all. And then when I would go out with my friends, sometimes I would just say, no, I don't want nothing to drink. Just give me a water. And everybody look at me like, you're not gonna have a cocktail, because I like lemon drops, any type of margaritas or martinis. Those are the type of drinks I like. But I had no desire for them, and I was okay with just drinking some water. And I couldn't believe it. So yes, that's how it changed. I do not drink hardly at all now. So now when I go to parties, I'm usually bringing my Stanley cup, and I'm just drinking some water. And I'm perfectly fine. I have no desire to have any alcohol beverage. So that's how my life has changed on the GLP-1. Another way, let's see what number I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at number 5. Number 5. Another thing that has changed is my food choices. I was the type of person, when I went out, only thing I wanted was something that was fried. If I went out to dinner, I was getting fried fish, fried chicken, fried pork chops, fried, whatever fried. That's all I got. But then being on the GLP-1, I started getting sick eating fried foods. So now my desire for fried foods are no longer. I don't want anything fried. If I see some fried food, I just walk away from it, because 1, I know it's gonna get me sick, and 2, now my desire for it is gone. So I do not like eating fried food. I could smell grease, and when I smell the grease, if you cooked your food in grease, I don't even want it, because my stomach just starts bothering me. I don't want it at all. Another thing, sugary foods, don't want it. On the GLP, I have no desire for any sugary foods. If it's very sugary, I don't want it. Steak, I love steak, but steak mess my stomach up, and so does bacon. So I can't eat bacon, I can't eat steak. So that's how my life has changed, being on the GLP-1. All right, so now let's go on. What number am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, number 6. My desire to do things and be around people. Now, this is not necessarily a good thing, okay? So I remember when I was on at the teledoctor, and they would ask me, like, do you feel depressed? And I was like, no, because I know that's a side effect of a GLP-1. And so I always would press no, no, no. But then I started to realize that depression does not have to mean that you want to kill yourself. It does not mean that you don't like yourself. That's not the only definition with depression. Depression could be when you do not have desire to be around people, when you don't have the desire to do anything that you used to love to do. That can be a form of depression, and I didn't realize that. So now when I see that I don't want to be around people or I don't want to go nowhere, I force myself. I say, no, get up. And a lot of times it started off because I was fatigued from the side effect of the medication. So I didn't have any energy to get out. But then when I noticed my energy level was going up, but yet I still had no desire to go anywhere or do anything, then that's when I started to know what the issue was. And then I would say, you know what, get out the house. Go ahead and go to that. You got invited to this event, go to this event. So if you're going through that where you losing a desire to do things, make sure you force yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to force yourself to get out the house. Force yourself to go places, okay? So that you don't get in a rut and you're thinking, you're not even realizing that it can be a sign of depression, okay? All right, so moving on. So number 7, snoring and sleep apnea. I used to snore, okay? I used to deny it, like, I don't snore. And then somebody would be like, yes, you do snore. So now I don't get complaints of people saying that I snore. I might have had sleep apnea. I might still have it. I don't know. I never got tested for sleep apnea, but I will say my sleeping has gotten a lot better. I used to wake myself up hearing myself snore. But now I never hear myself snore. I haven't heard anybody else say that I snore. If they come to my place and stay the night, I haven't heard that. So the GLP-1 has stopped me from snoring. And it's probably because of the weight, because I lost so much weight. And so now I do not snore. So that has helped me. And Zepbound has been approved to cure sleep apnea. So we know that's true. And then number 8, the last one, is my hormonal balance. My hormones have been balanced. Okay, so I am currently not on the medication. I've been off the medication for about 3 weeks now because I'm having a procedure done. And I'm going to talk to y'all about that. That's why you need to press like and subscribe, because I got some good stuff coming up. But anyway, since I haven't been taking it for the last 3 weeks, because I'm already going through perimenopause. And so, but a lot of my symptoms from being perimenopause, I wasn't feeling it. But now, since I've been off the medication for 3 weeks, I'm getting hot flashes, I'm getting the crying spells, because before the medication, let me tell you, anything would have me so emotional and crying. And my mom was like, you going through the change, because you crying all the time. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know why I cry all the time. But it was because of my hormones were imbalanced. And so now that when I was on the medication, I didn't feel that. I wasn't having crying spells. I wasn't having hot flashes. I wasn't experiencing any of those things. But now that I'm off to get this medical procedure, I'm starting to feel all those things again. So GLP-1s help you with more than just weight loss. It's so many other ways that it affects you. And so if you have the desire to want to get on the GLP-1, do your research, follow some people, get all the information that you can. For me, it has been a great medication, and I know it comes with its side effects, but I still overall have got more benefits from being on this medication, okay? So I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, press like and subscribe. Come back for more. Bye.